Hello everyone! Welcome back to another playthrough of Final Girl. My name is Mark, and I'm going to play Gretel versus the Ratchet Lady in the Storybook Woods today. So here is the scenario that matches that. It is maddeningly ever after. The Ratchet Lady was pulled into Storybook Woods because, frankly, the whole idea of it was insane. Its poor denizens, both good and evil, were no match for her suggestive powers and ability. Hansel and Gretel were on their way through the forest, as they often were. As usual, they were paying close attention for the dangers that frequented the area. Wolves, trolls, and the like. When they heard screams from afar, they were instantly alert. When those screams turned into laughter, their alert turned to curiosity. When that laughter turned to blood-curdling screams, their curiosity turned to fear. "Gretel, we must go!" Hansel exclaimed in panic. So our final girl is Gretel. Setup is scatter. So there's one victim in every space. Items are set up as normal. Event deck is set up as normal, but the starting event is Hansel. And we will go ahead and do that now. The victim closest to you is now Hansel. And there are two, and there really isn't much of a difference there as far as like thematically. Actually, no, thematically it would make more sense for him to be near the gingerbread house. So we're gonna do that. So replace that one. And as long as Hansel remains with you for your entire movement, you may move an additional space when you move at least one space. So the entire movement, so I won't be able to do that while picking him up. But at the gingerbread house, you may replace Hansel with a normal victim to take any one item card from the item deck. If Hansel dies while in your space, 2 additional bloodlust. All right, well, and then there are 2 tarot cards from the Storybook Woods and 8 from Ratchet Lady, selected at random. The 2 from Storybook Woods are Full Moon is Out and Out of the Woods. And then the Dark Power is set up as normal, but the finale is Feed the Madness. Special rules are roll 1 extra die for calm if in the glen, the dell, or the meadow. So that's going to be something I will likely forget, but we'll try and remember that anyway. Okay, I won't need that anymore. As just mentioned, this scenario, the Ratchet Lady, comes with 2 extra action cards, Calm, that I can pull in and potentially turn 2 maniacs back into victims. I have also chosen the Meditate signature action for this game. And again, we have Gretel. The starting horror is 5. Let's see, what else is new with this? I don't think there's anything else that's special, but we will grab ourselves a couple of final health tokens after mixing these up. And again, I will show you this. This one will be the Ratchet Ladies. Something on there. Right? And the Ratchet Lady has 6 starting health and no health limit. And I'll take this one for my own health. And there we go. Obviously, we're starting with 2 dice. And these action cards that have a 0 time cost. And here we go. So, how shall I start this? Obviously, I want to go pick up Hansel, so we should probably walk. And it would be productive for me to be able to walk twice. I'd really like to get to the gingerbread house right away. But let's see if we can do any walking. I'd love to get 2 successes on this one. Well, at the maximum, I can get 1. Do we want to do that right away? Lose 1 health to move a space. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna move a space and lose a health. And 2 time. I'm probably just dying. I'm probably just doing terrible on this right away. I'm kind of reaching a little bit. I try not to reach. I try to let things, let things be, buy more stuff because I have more time, but I'm reaching a little bit on this first one. Oh well, we'll see what happens. All right. Hey, and I will go ahead and discard short rest and weak attack. Actually, no, I'm going to discard a focus and a weak attack because I got 2 of the, I don't even know what that rule is actually called. 2 of the ones where you can discard a card to make it a success. Let's find out what that is called. Partial success. Okay, so I got 2 partial successes. I will turn one of these using a weak attack and a focus into a success. Therefore, I can move up to 1 space. That will take 1 time. I can move up to 1 space, but again, because Hansel is with me, I will move 2 spaces right there. That will be very helpful. I'm going to buy a search card for 2. 1, 2. And then since there's only 1 left, I'll buy a close call. Yep. The gingerbread house has the map. Discard during the action phase, and then for each deck of item cards, reveal the top card if it's face down, or remove it from the game and reveal the next card. I don't really care about the map, so I may just use Hansel's power and then move on. Which actually, in that case, maybe I shouldn't pick up a search. I'm gonna have very few cards next turn though, so I probably shouldn't worry too much about that. You know what? I'm not gonna use the search and the close call. I'm gonna pick up a distraction and then keep these 2 for potential discards to make sure I get at least 1 success out of this. So that's gonna be my move. Okay, so that was the 3. Then, as usual, purchase cards already did. Reset time to 6. Put the other ones back where they go. They were all 0s, so they go there. And it is now the killer phase. So, the minions move 1 step closer to me. They will both go there. And then the killer will move 1 step closer to the closest victim, or me, whoever's closest, and kill them. So this guy is dead. Oh, the bloodlust tracker's down there. How'd that happen? So this moves up. And that is all. Oh, excuse me. There isn't a move there. There's no move there. I was not paying attention. So she does not move. She only kills if there's someone in her space. Okay, so no killing happens, and we reveal the first terror card. March of the Maniacs. Spawn a maniac at each empty exit space. There are only 2 exits on this map, and only one of them is empty because the other one has the killer in it. The closest victim to you becomes a maniac. Yay! All right. The closest victim to the Ratchet Lady becomes a maniac. Of course. For each maniac you were unable to place due to running out of meeples, go up 1 bloodlust. That didn't happen. And then panic all maniacs, which actually I just realized I think there was something that happened with the maniacs for panicking. I don't remember what it was. I just read it. Let's see, maniacs. Oh, if there are maniacs in my space and I want to leave the space, I receive 1 hit for each maniac more than 1. So if I leave this space, no big deal. But if I entered and then tried to leave this space, that would be a big deal. Okay, and they have attack and health of 1. And that is it. So I was thinking that they panicked, but they don't. So that's fine. Okay, but they panic in this case because of this card, the March of the Maniacs. There's only 1 left. It's funny. Okay, we're gonna panic the one in my space first. That is a 4, it stays there. Then we're gonna do the ones next to me. One of them is going to go in this direction, and the other one will go up here. That is, well, that's not too bad actually. They're spread out now. Over here, that is 5, move in there. And then the one in the exit space is going to move here. Very interesting. Okay, so that will go there. And we have panic phase, nobody was killed, so we're good. And we move on. Play action cards. Okay. So, yes, I'm just going to go straight for distraction. Whoop. And let's see what we can get here. Well, that's kind of dumb. Oh well. I will use both of these, or discard both of these, so that I can reduce horror by 1 and gain 1 time. And I am out of action cards, so I will now go to the purchase action cards phase. Oh, excuse me. First of all, I'm going to turn in Hansel. Yeah, I better do that, because I need to get an item. So, I can take any 1 item card from the item deck. So here's the question, is it's ambiguous about whether it is the item deck that is the gingerbread house, or if it is all items. So let's just go with the gingerbread house item deck. So we have a cage, we have a knife, and we have a hatchet. And the hatchet, you may attack from an adjacent space. If so, place the hatchet token in the target's space, and this card to the side. Out of play, you may discard a search card while in the space to pick up the hatchet. So I can throw the hatchet, that's kind of cool. And if I have a knife in each hand, you can use both when attacking. And then the cage, you can discard to retrieve the songbirds from the item discard pile or the unused item card. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm in the gingerbread house, not Grandma's house. Oops. Let me reshuffle these. Well, I know what's there now. That was a little bit of a cheat. Oopsie. Okay, we have bread, archery bow, and songbirds. Well, the songbirds tip is really powerful. The archery bow is pretty good too. So it cannot modify an action card and must be used without one. And it costs 2 time to fire an arrow. But it only has 3 arrows, and each of them only hits for 1, and it takes 2 hands. But the songbirds, if the killer is within 2 spaces of you, you may spend 3 time to send the songbirds to attack, doing 3 damage to the killer and then discard this card. I just kind of have to take the songbirds. So the map is still here along with the bow, and I think I'm gonna have to probably try and search that. Okay. Hansel turns back into a normal victim, and this is discarded, so I'll just turn it upside down. Okay. Well, this is awesome, because that will make it much easier to potentially kill her. And she's not within 2 spaces, so I can't use it right now. But we have 7, so I should probably pick up a guard of some sort as well as like some blows, or a calm is a good idea. So the calm, up to 2 maniacs in your space or an adjacent space become victims, or one becomes a victim, and then, ooh, and then increase the bloodlust. Well, since they are all, oh shoot, these are all going to come closer to me. So the next turn, I will have 2 in my space. So I'd better pick up a calm. So that's going to cost me 2. And then, see, I am down 1 health. It might be useful to go ahead and pick up meditate. I'd really like to pick up critical blow, but I'm down 1. Maybe I should take retaliate instead. But if I do that, then I can't take meditate. So I'm going to take meditate and guard. So that's another 4. I have 1 left. I will take close call in addition to the 0 cost. Okay. Back to there. These will go back where they belong. And it is the killer action time. So this one stays here because it is in my space. This one is going to move there. This one, oh, is going to move there. Let's see, which way is, that's definitely closer. This is closer, and that one will move there. Okay, and the Ratchet Lady, again, doesn't move and kills no one because there's no one in her space. So, screams in the dark happens. If there are no victims on the board, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, the 2 closest victims to the Ratchet Lady become maniacs. Well, that means 1, 2 spaces and 1, 2. So both of these become maniacs, but I only have 1 left. And when that happens, it just, nothing happens to the other one. So thematically, there really isn't any difference. But this one is worse for me. So we'll make this one a maniac. And then maniacs move 2 spaces toward me. So this one's going to go here and this one's going to go here, which means even if I get the best thing out of my calm, there will still be 2 maniacs in my space. Okay. And then this one's also going to move 2 towards me. And then this one will move 1, 2 towards me. Wow. Okay. Still nobody died. And there are still tarot cards in the deck. Oh boy. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is attempt calm. And I have 2 dice over here. So here we go. All right, that's much better than I've been doing. And I will go ahead and discard a focus and a walk to make this 2 successes. And now 2 maniacs are victims again. Now I don't want to move because I will take 1 damage if I do. So maybe I'll meditate. Or should I just go ahead and walk and take the damage? Nope. If I do that, then I will have 3 in my space. I'd better pick up the other calm here for next turn. This is tough because I'd like to even search again. So maybe I should just stay here. Stay here and yeah, I'll just stay here and meditate. Oh yeah! I got 2 successes. Oh yeah. Now the bummer is I only get to heal 1 even though I would be able to heal 2. But horror will go down. I gain 2 time for that. That was awesome. I rolled a 5 and a 6. I love it. Okay, and I am going to stay put because I don't want to die. So I will buy this, and I think I'll also buy Critical Blow. No, I better buy a Search, because that's kind of the reason I'm here. Man, you got an exit here and an exit here, and she's guarding that one. So if there's any way of me getting any victims saved, I have to take them all the way over here because they won't follow me into the space with the killer. Otherwise, I have to get the killer out of the way somehow, and that just doesn't sound feasible. Okay, so if I do that, I have 4 left, and I think I will grab, should I grab Planning? That's only for the next one. Improvise can be until the phase ends. Or no, I will buy a Furious Strike. No, I will buy Retaliate. Or keep changing my mind. Or do I want to get another distraction and maybe move this up? And I think I will do that. I'm going to buy a distraction and a close call, and that's another 4. So I have all of these plus these. Let me make sure I still have 2, 4, 6, 8. I have exactly the hand limit of 10. So that is fine. Purchased, reset to 6. Put these back. Okay, I was a little worried. I was overextending myself, but we're okay now. Okay, resolve the killer action. So these guys are gonna move, and then the killer again does nothing. Ratchet Lady. So here we go. Oh boy, she gets a minor dark power, Insanity Lust. Whenever at least one victim becomes a maniac, increase bloodlust. Wow. So at least that's not when I'm turning a maniac back into a victim. So that's okay. Okay. So nobody died. We still have cards left in the terror deck. So it is my turn again, and we're going to start off with a Calm. Ugh. Well, that's too bad. You know what? I'm going to... Well... No, I think I'll just... Okay, I'm going to discard Close Call and Focus to turn that 1 partial success into a success. 1 maniac becomes a victim. But I have to increase Bloodlust, which is really too bad. Okay. Now... Oh, I should have done this in the reverse order, but that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's cause another distraction here. Because I'd like to do the distraction, and if I can get it down to the 1, then that'll make a huge difference for the future ones. If I'm going to do this at all, I should do it first. The other thing I'd like to do is Search, and I'd really like 2 successes for that, so I can grab more than just the top item card, because I don't really want the map. All right, we're going to cause a distraction here. And let's see what happens. Oh gosh, no! All right, I will go ahead and use 4 time to go down 1, because I'd rather do that than go up 1 and lose 2 time, because that just completely makes the whole thing not worth it. No, I got a 1 and a 2. No help at all. Okay. Well, I keep saying that. Well. Okay, we're gonna search. I still have plenty of cards here. I can't buy much. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Maybe I should just walk while... Well, we'll let this happen first. One partial success, and that's it. All right, I'm gonna discard a close call and a walk to make one of those a success. I will take the top card and lose that. All right, and I'm gonna discard this right away. It says during the action phase, discard. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with those things, so I'm just gonna read the relevant part. Turn over the top card. Okay, well that is bread. And this is discarded. Put it over there. During the action phase, choose the following, add 3 or move up to 2 spaces. That could be useful. It's just a one-time use though. Well, I really am going to need calm next turn. So I'm gonna discard the short rest to gain 1 time so that I can buy calm. And then these. And that will be my turn. That was a much less lucrative turn than my previous ones. Okay, so we have search goes there, distraction goes there, calm will go here. The 2 close calls. Come on. We'll go right here, and the rest of these are zeros. All right. Now we resolve the killer phase. So this one's gonna move in there. This one's gonna move there. She does nothing again, and we have leave her to me. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, maniacs only. Oh, I don't like this. Bummer. That was a weird noise. Ugh, this is horrible. Oh, the more I read it, the worse it gets. And the more I look at the board, the worse it gets. And I can't do anything about it even though I have a guard. Ugh. Okay, well, there's nothing for it. This one is going to kill this victim. Oops. So this goes up and I gain 1 horror. This one is going to kill this victim. This goes up. This one is going to move in there and kill this victim. This goes up and the dark power is revealed. Dark injection, killer phase. The first time the Ratchet Lady recovers at least 1 health. Recover an additional health. Just in the killer phase, though. Not that she ever does it any other time. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah. Well, that is not helpful at all. Okay, well, whatever. Then, Ratchet Lady has a movement of 4, so she's gonna go 1, 2, 3, and attack me. Thankfully, I have a guard, which I will play. She's attacking me for 2. This will work, actually. It's too bad I don't have like a critical blow or something. Here we go. Oh, 2 successes. Just, yeah, 2 6s. A-boom! Ignore all. That is done. Okay. Wow, and she's in my space, so I could use the songbirds. The bummer is I don't really have much else I can do. Well, in any case, this is done. Oh, some people died though. Victim was killed this turn. Panic all victims in the killer space, so that one will panic. It moves over here. Okay, there are still terror cards, so nothing happens there. It is my turn. I don't know that Calm is going to be useful anymore since she's in my space. So I will... I am going to... Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use the songbirds right now. We'll just go ahead and do it. I use 3 time, discard this, and she takes 3 damage. I am then... Oh, you know what? I better take the Retaliate card. I was going to grab Critical Blow for 6, but Retaliate will be easier because... Oh, I could potentially do a weak attack. I only need 1 more time to grab Retaliate. I'm going to do it. We're going to do a weak attack. Yeah, I'm okay with that. If I have to discard 2 cards. Oh my gosh, what did I do? I gave her health to me. That's hilarious. I was a little distracted when I did that. Yes, that's the 6. Okay. Now, the question is it worth 1 health to keep 2 cards in my hand? And I think it is. I'm going to go ahead and take that 1 damage. Because she can still only do 2 damage to me, which she will. And then the terror card will happen. But I think 5 is probably okay. Like, I could take 4 damage and I would be shocked if she did more than 4 damage. Yeah. I'm going to do that. Then I will discard Focus to gain 1 so I can buy Retaliate. Wait, what just happened? Oh, I didn't take the damage off. That's what happened. So she's taken 4 damage. Yes, she has 2 health left. Okay. Awesome. All right, and then I get these as well. That does that, so this comes back up to here. And we have guard will go there, and these will go there. And it's the killer phase, resolve the killer action. All of these guys are just gonna sit here and do nothing. And then she is going to target and attack me, which I will use or retaliate. Thank you very much. All right, let's get 2 successes here. Come on, 2 successes! No! Well, at least we got 1 success. That kind of stinks. Well, I will discard a walk and a focus to turn that, or 1 partial success, to turn that into a single success, reducing the attack by 2, which is the entire attack. And she takes 1 damage. That stinks. I have no way of attacking her. At least I'll get it back there. Anyway, okay. So that was that. Now we have the terror phase. We are helping! If there are no victims on the board, that doesn't happen, the 2 closest victims to you become maniacs. So that would be this one, obviously. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, 3, 4. So this one. Okay, then maniacs only are all going to move 1 space. Oh gosh, 1 space toward me. And -1 time for each one in my space, which means I am left with 2 time. Yay! Nobody was killed, and there are still terror cards, so it is my turn again. Well, phooey. The only thing I could do is calm, and there really is no point in doing that right now just to waste more cards. Because if I don't get any successes, then really bad stuff can happen. So, let's see. My best options are... There isn't even an attack card I could really grab. Should I take guard? so that I don't die? Or should I pick up Furious Strike by discarding one of these? I think I will discard one of these. Oh, excuse me, 2 of these. So that I have 4, so I can pick up Furious Strike, and then obviously I pick these up as well. And I'm leaving myself way open. But I'm hoping I'll have enough here. All right, we'll see what happens. This is probably very ill-advised. Probably extremely ill-advised. Okay, so this one's gonna move. She will attack me for 2. I have nothing I can do about it right now, so I just take 2 damage. And then we have the Terror card. Oh, I forgot about this. Shoot. That was destroyed a while ago. And now this one happens. Each time a victim becomes a maniac, the Ratchet Lady recovers 1. Uh-oh. This was supposed to go up a couple times, which means my whole last turn I would have done differently, knowing that I was not going to... Okay, I would not have picked that up. I would have picked up a guard. And... no, I would have done retaliate for 4. Which means that I would have actually used it. So I'm going to do that in just a second. Okay. But she would have healed, which means... no, I did damage to her before that happened, so never mind. Wow, I screwed that up royally. We're just going to leave this the way it is. But we do have that going on. Okay, but first I had retaliated. Well, nothing happened. Oh, gosh. Okay, so we already did that, and stuff happened, and stuff that I didn't like happened. So, nobody was killed. There's still terror cards, so it is my turn, and I'm in a bad way. Should I go ahead and try and weak attack? I think so. I think we're going to try and do a weak attack. And I'm discarding both of these to make it a success, a single success. So I lose 1 health and I deal 1 damage to the Ratchet Lady. And I have 6 left. I will get a guard and a few. Oh, I do have these. Okay. So I'll pick these up. So yes, I will get a Furious Strike and a guard. With those 6 and buy these. So that goes back up, and these will go back here. Okay. Then we have the killer phase. So this guy's gonna move again, and she will attack me, and I will attempt to guard. Oh, that is 1 success and possibly 2. I don't need a second one because she's only doing 2 damage. Okay, good enough. That will work. Okay, terror card. Out of the woods. If there are no victims on the board, blah, blah, blah. All victims that are not in your village space, move 1 space toward the village. The village. Wait, what? Oh, toward the village. There it is. Okay. Now near space, move 1 space toward the village. Out of the woods. Probably this direction, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that way. Okay, and then the villain is going to target me, move, and attack me again, and I don't have another defense card, so I'm just gonna lose 2 health. That is wonderful. Not! Okay, but she has... Did I do that again? I did it again. She was supposed to lose this one. I probably should have put one on here so that I can remember. Okay. Right? Now I don't remember. Yes, I did the weak attack. Yes, okay. Wow, I'm doing terrible remembering what I'm supposed to be doing this time. Okay, so that happened. No victims were killed. There's still cards here, so we're good. So it's my turn again, and we are going to do a Furious Strike and hope to finish her off. Okay, I can make that. Yes! Oh, I don't have the weak attack. That stinks. So I will discard a focus and a walk. I got one success and a partial success. That happens. I lose 1 horror and 2 damage. So we now get to find out if this game is over with another win or if the game continues. Boom! The game continues. She has 1 health left. And I don't want to do anything, I don't think. Maybe I should, though, take a quick short rest. I will be completely reliant on the dice if I do that. I'd like to get Retaliate. Actually, yes. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that at all because I'd rather have the cards. So I'm going to take a Retaliate and a Guard, just in case. That's going to use up all 6. Oops, all 6. And obviously these free ones. So we'll put that back there. And these will go back where they belong. Now it is the killer phase, so this one is going to move in there. And she is going to... Did I... No, she's only recovered that 1 time. Okay. And she's going to attack me, and I will retaliate. Okay. This, hopefully, will be the game. It is reliant on these dice. If I get at least 1 partial success, then I will deal 1 damage and reduce her damage by 2. Here we go! Yes! That's a really bad roll, but at least there's 1 partial success. So I discard a focus and a walk, and I reduce the damage from the attack by 2, and I deal 1 damage back to her, and we have killed the Ratchet Lady. Bum 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 bum. That's my victory song. I'm sticking to it. All right, so win again! Oh, I just realized I forgot all the gruesome deaths. And I have this thing that I can use. I always forget these things. Okay, but we have... Where is the Ratchet Lady? Ratchet Lady... So, we have extra cool things that I forgot to grab a pen for. This will work. So, defeat Ratchet Lady at 5 different locations. Storybook Woods. You know what? I don't even own enough locations. I don't even, I mean, obviously Wolf Asylum is one of them, but 5 additional locations. So, I don't even own enough to complete this achievement, but that's okay. Okay, defeat her in extreme horror mode. Not even gonna attempt that for a good long time. Defeat her after she reaches at least 15 health. Defeat her without her ever exceeding her starting health. We did that. Defeat her without calming any maniacs. Definitely didn't do that. Convert 4 to victims and save them on the same turn. Well, I didn't do that. And calm 2 maniacs and kill 2 maniacs on the same turn. I also did not do that. But let us see what the Storybook Woods says. Achievements. Win a game at Storybook Woods. I did this time. Win a game where at least half of the victims were saved. Didn't do that. Defeat the killer at grandmother's house. That's over here, so that didn't happen. Move victims across each of the 3 bridges. Didn't do that. Attack the killer with 6 dice. Didn't do that. Have the killer target you instead of the victim due to the red cape. Nope. Chicken bones, nope. Slingshot, nope. Raft, nope. Songbirds to deliver the killing blow. I didn't do that, and I didn't do that mostly because I wanted to get her down early. So not much of that happened. However, I did win a game with Gretel. So we get to see what her special item is. Boom! Gretel's special item is Gretel's knife. Ooh, that is 2. I have to show you this because this knife does 1 damage. And let's see where the other knife is. This is why I wasn't too concerned about finding where things were because I don't do a whole lot of that. All right, so both of the knives are 1, which the cool thing about Gretel's knife is, again, if you have a knife in each hand, you may use both when attacking. Her knife is 2 damage. And so I could potentially, if I had 2 knives, I could do 3 damage just with knives. That is pretty stinking awesome. So there you go. That is her special item. The songbirds are pretty awesome. Julie told me that Julie, the designer of this set, if you go back and see the short, that she taught me how to play this game. She's a Van Ryder Games employee, and she taught me this game and told me that using the Storybook Woods with the Big Bad Wolf. And she said that she pushed hard to get the songbirds in there because they're just so thematic and they're super powerful. Along with the cage, which allows you to bring them back, which is cool. But anyway, so I believe that is all for that. However, we need to roll for next week's game. So for this, let's see, the re-roll, I think we did the zombies last week, so let's not do that. Let's make the re-roll Krampus, even though it's on the location die. Yeah, even though it's on the location die, if the re-roll ends up being Krampus, then we'll use him. Or if it ends up being the re-roll, then we'll use Krampus. So we have, oh my gosh. So apparently we're using Krampus. No, we haven't done that in a long time. We just did Krampus recently. So let's just consider that a reroll. Oh my gosh, reroll again. Ah! Here we go. Okay, we're going to do the Big Bad Wolf on the SS Conrad. Next time. That'll be interesting. How did the Big Bad Wolf get there? We'll find out. Well, I guess, we might find out because the lore might tell us. But we'll see that happen at that time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me for another win. And we'll see you next time. Have fun playing games. Bye-bye.